In 1930, then-famous magician Roydon Joseph Gilbert Raison de la Genesta had a famous special trick that attracted audiences far and wide. An escape trick. Genesta claimed the ability to escape any water barrel or milk can in a matter of minutes before drowning. After a crowd appeared for his highly publicised show, Genesta crawled into his water barrel and proceeded with his main event. However, what the magician did not know was that the barrel was dented, and this limited the amount of space he needed in order to make his escape. Realising this fatal flaw too late, Genesta subsequently drowned, trapped inside the water barrel. Madame Dolinsky, a Polish magician working in Germany, was preparing for her signature trick, stopping a bullet before it punctures the body. However, Dolinsky wished to provide an even greater spectacle, and so she hired a group of 6 men to function as a firing squad, stating she would stop 6 bullets at once instead of just 1. Before she went through with the trick, she informed the men to load their guns with blanks instead of real bullets, so as to help her produce the illusion. However, one gunman accidentally loaded his rifle with real ammunition. Dolinsky was subsequently shot in the abdomen and died a few days later. Dr. Vivian Hensley was a dentist from Australia, known for his eccentric behaviour and loving adoration for his children. He invented a trick that gave the illusion he would swallow a rusty razor, while in reality he dropped the razor down his sleeve. However, one day while performing the trick for his son, he accidentally dropped the razor down his throat and was immediately taken to the emergency room. To absorb the blood, his wife made him eat cotton balls all the way to the hospital. Carr the magician, real name Charles Rowan, was a daredevil escape artist whose fetish involved lying in front of a speeding car while wearing a straitjacket. Carr would wriggle his way free in the short time span of a few seconds and dodge the car right as it rolled by. But at his final show in 1930, Carr was unable to free himself as a car sped at 45 miles per hour and ran over the man's legs, almost severing one of them. Carr would later die from his injuries, but he first exonerated the driver for his part in the show. The amazing Joe Burris had successfully made himself a name doing local shows and experimenting with being buried alive, an homage to his childhood hero Harold Houdini. Amazing Joe's next trick would be to be buried inside a plastic see-through coffin under 7 feet of cement and dirt. As many gathered to watch the miraculous escape, wonder turned to horror, as Joe's miscalculations for the strength of his coffin ultimately became his downfall. The cement, being too heavy for the plastic exterior, collapsed through Joe's coffin and crushed him to death before the trick could go anywhere.